This is day 539 of Arukh HaShulchan. If you'd like to sponsor upcoming share more of Arukh HaShulchan, please contact me directly. Be greatly appreciated. Today we're doing Shin Chav Gimel to test. Also, Shin Chav Gimel. Gimel. Umutar lomar l'chaber mali klei zeh u'lemachar nimdod also. Person could say, fill this vest with me on Shabbos. And tomorrow after Shabbos we'll measure it. Even though he's hinting at the fact that he's going to measure and then pay according to the purchase. The Kokam Nebel's Kim Shino never came before us. It doesn't say this explicitly. It could also be interpreted as a question. Well, actually, king. Actually, that the query is like this: let's measure tomorrow, so I know how much to give back to you. But this is for sure that the buyer, the purchaser, cannot say, "Give me this measure." Even though you can interpret that as saying he means, "Give me the vessel." But then he wouldn't measure the measurement, only that the measuring cup, perhaps. So that's when he mentions a specific volume, it's explicitly like mekachol memkar v'aser. Fill for me this vessel, which is the same language, which would be used for borrowing as well. So a person can go to the storekeeper who he is accustomed to make purchases from. Formula says, "Tainli beitzim egozim b'minyan." So Shabbos, of course, he says, "Give me eggs and nuts, but by count." Klomar tainli asor beitzim, egozim. Give me 10 eggs, 20 nuts. This is not a hint at a commercial activity. Because the Baal, a person also counts within his house. To know how many he needs or how many he's using. When they allowed you to say to a storekeeper, he's got to be careful. Don't mention money. Don't say for $1 give me eggs. Okay, so they're similar. The shame dumim have a rakamekal by mentioning price is only applicable to commercial activity, which is also on Shabbos. V'gam lo shem mido, don't mention it, also measure kagon teni lug egozim. Give me a log of nuts, koshkin, midos, and especially not a sum of measures. Then he makes with him a tabulation of the measures he took and the measures he's taking now. Pshita also is obviously also. V'gam lo skuminier, also should mention a specific number. Kama avagav the itiru lo marteli bates and kimin brimin yon kach v'kach. Even though they allowed a person to say, "Give me so many eggs," schuminyon. Nevertheless, a total. Such as say, I owe you 50 nuts. Give me another 50, and then we 100 together. That is also because that's really the way buying and selling works. Give me that amount, and that'll be on our account. Hey, Vidash Rabbeinu Ramav Tzidakos of V'chein B'schum Damim and also B'chai Gavda Shonali Ten B'kach V'kach Damim Yelucha B'yodi Kach V'kach. So Ramav says only also if you phrase exactly what's phrased till now. Give me so and so much. No. He mentions Damim. Sorry. V'chein Gavda Shonali Ten B'kach Damim. Go give me such money. If you look up the other and I owe you so much. Otherwise it's permitted. Also, so also when you're tabulating the grand total, it's only also when you mention money. If not money, it's okay. Even though you're not allowed to mention money altogether. That's when something where the price is not known. But where the price is known, you just tell them how many you need. That's as long as you don't mention a sum total. This Kapusha minig knows elu hakel kasvardi scarce. Minig is widespread in our countries to be lenient, as according to the Svara, that he could be saying something else. Kalashano and quote for the Rambam. The Tefillah Deyasu. The Arukh HaShulchan says this opinion holds as course done as course mida ena b'mekach umemkar. Mentioning the money and mentioning the measure doesn't make it like a commercial activity. Ela k'omer kamu tzorich, but rather he's saying how much I need. K'omar tzorich ani beitzim b'amo, I need $1 worth of eggs. Tzorich ani egozim lug, I need a lug's worth of nuts. But the great Akroim argue this. The Isser Gomorhu, it's a complete prohibition. Shalokech es shem domim or shem midah. To mention money or measurements. Again, you say, fill me this cup, but not mention money or measurements. The minute Cain etzleinu, and the minute by us is not to be lenient in this respect. The Chas Sholem lasos Cain. Chas Sholem to do it. But the Shabbat he says, never you don't have to protest for something who's being lenient because he hasn't what to rely. But it's appropriate in Machmir, especially because you can do it in a mutter way. Why do it in an other way? The one brackets here. Kamash Kosover Magav Sigan Haylasos Piska Os and the Kavim. Magav Service says you should make a notes or holes. Same in Kamash Natal, to put a peg in the hole or something. Ganki Shafaki Kulai by Ulai. It's unclear if this is make it permissible. Uviani is daiti. And here it says, I think, came according to the Beitza B'Yontif, since the source of the halacha is in Beitza, an egg which is laid on Yontif. Ram lo yiskidim el b'Shabbos. Ram also doesn't mention these halachas in Shabbos. Minol an latir klal b'Shabbos. How do we know it's put on Shabbos at all? Shem b'Yontif Shabbat b'Yontif atzmo yachol yos shelo yeda me'er b'Yontif b'tzimtu kamakot tzorich. Because on Yontif, maybe we can make a hole because when he didn't know how much he's going to cook on Yontif, because you have to cook on Yontif. That's allowed, whatever they allowed here. But Shabbos, everybody, actually, that's what out there. Be that to me. But Shabbos, you know everything for every Shabbos. So therefore, it will be more severe to mention on Shabbos the measure because we should have prepared from yesterday. So the Turn Shulchan write this also by Shabbos. Ain't but a lamb. Can't argue them. And therefore, it's interesting, probably before I said it's a gomer, but here he's giving credence to mentioning domim or midah, as long as it's not an essential component. As he said before, therefore saying its price is not significant. You do anyway what the price was. But we have no power to argue on this leniency where you mentioned either money or midah. Because we have a chas to add more leniencies. It's enough for you what they've allowed explicitly. Vav, maybe somebody brings barrels of wine from place to place. In a basket or a chest, as you bring them during the weekday. Carry it in front of you, on the shoulder. Similarly, no, it has no sense. Any other way would be a shinui, shishan derechol. I feel ain machinery kalu samasai. Even she doesn't make it easier to carry. Come here as a shinui. Nevertheless, you should make the shinui. Avagav the maybe some tzorch shesia matzah tzorch lishlos hayom. Even though you're bringing the stuff in order to drink it, because you need to drink it, you need it for that becomes the purpose today. Located the kamri also shum tircha, because if not, any toil would be forbidden. It's not for today. Even though it's for today, it's a tzorach. You have to make a shinui to show that this is not appropriate behavior. If you can't change, going to Zimin Arukh Marbeh says where you invited many guests. And you have to be quick to bring the food in front of them. Mutar gam below shin is mutar without a shin. Zelda satur. the Zeshon or Gemara, there's a opinion that which is more living in Masal Kuba, you shouldn't bring the wine in a basket or in a chest. Zel going on Shabbos, that's what's going on Shabbos. But that's a taste, that's why it's preferable to be machmir. But that's the taste who the Zel Rak Yontif. The taste was only problem on Yontif. So no seem just a rabbin when you carry in with just a rabbin. The Fichach Tov Shaloi Segam myself in their call, therefore it should best not look like a weekday load. Avol, the Shabbos until the Rak Chotzim on Shabbos, and anyway, you're only allowed to carry in courtyard or an Erev. Mutav Yosel might be it's best not to make a shinoi, but carry as quickly as possible. Yizor Tova Aviyam B'Sal U'V'Kupa B'Pamachas, and it's best to bring them all. I'm sorry, Yizor Yoser Tov. It's better to bring them all in a basket or a chest. Pamachas at one time. Milavi kol echas v'echas niyat, and to bring them one by one over time. Brackets. We're going to have Ram Sukha Zayin goes to the Gamma. Tur Sover came. Whatever says Tur also came. Fu miyare kshemolich derech mavuyim ureva sheyesh habei roim ayin sham. And that's talking about when you're going through a mavui which has an eruv where there are many people watching you. Vut over tema. It's astonishing. We don't see that the Maris Ayin is the issue here. It's astonishing to say so. But the Ran also says, like the Tur, that you should specifically make a shinui, even on Shabbos. Mishnah Berurah says, like I'm going to have rum. In other words, that it's better to bring it quickly. But the Arukh HaShulchan holds it's better to do a shinui. Mishnah Berurah, it's best to do it done quickly. Arukh HaShulchan, it's best to do a shinui. Zayin, davar murmel, it's obvious. Not allowed to exert any efforts on Shabbos for the purpose of weekday. Therefore, plates and cutlery that you ate from them, and you'll do it, or if you know afterwards not going to need them for sure that day. Also, the Shabbos not allowed to wash them on Shabbos. Why should you be allowed to go and make efforts for the purpose of a weekday? Wash them that night after Shabbos. That's the tradition. But it's possible you might actually need them later that day. So you have to eat something else, or their cups to drink from. And there's no set time for drinking. You can drink anytime. For that purpose, you can rinse them wash the plates the entire day. So plates, if you know you're going to need them again. Cups, even if you don't know you're going to need them again, because drinking is much more prevalent. Even though you're only going to need one or two plates. Nevertheless, you'll deal with so once you stick your hands in the dish bag, you can wash as many as you want. So you can drink out of whichever cup you want. Nevertheless, he's got a lot of plates and a lot of cups. Ain't no nothing to the Shabbos. Not proper all to wash dishes on Shabbos. Mishnah says, if you know you're not going to require these dishes, then you're not allowed to wash them. Not allowed to wash them because of the tircha. But the implication is that if you need it, even if you have lots of other alternatives, nevertheless it's mutter. So I think basically what Arukh HaShulchan is saying. The start of the meal, so generically speaking, says Arukh HaShulchan, Lachar Suda Shlishis Le'echluv Le'ishtu'od. After Shabbos, people don't eat and drink anymore, so unless standing circumstances, you can't clear off and can't wash the plates after that. The Shabura says, my stomach going to drink more, but obviously not for the benching. Pashu the Mutar Deh Shabbos Yom Shabbos is clearly allowed to wash plates from Friday night to Shabbos morning. Washing dishes on Shabbos, you need them for Shabbos. Mutar fil ba'dacha midvar iser. It's permitted even if you Um, even if you're rinsing it off from something also which came into contact with it. It's not a komiyayin necessarily sharmitoko. So it says you're rinsing off a vessel from forbidden wine which is inside it. Or mishayis to some other sort. Basically, I'm clean. That's not like fixing a vessel. Kamosha also lead bowl kashes bar like you're not allowed to go to take an object to a mikvah Shabbos. Then I think it's not fixing. The kufa kliya be'eter. The kliya itself is mutter. It's a matter when you rinse off the prohibited substance from it. Have a comediya kol keli shein makir. It's just like you're rinsing any object which is not clean. Filiation pura pas. Even if there are breadcrumbs there, mutter betiltu grav sharei. You have to move it like you can move any repugnant thing. Vein clean says basis lashoria isra pudding. And the vessel does not become a basis for the leftover prohibited substances and the crumbs. I feel like you even they were gathered in a vessel ben shmoshes, so they had significance at ben shmoshes. Still, they're not significant enough that the keli should be buttered to them. And they're buttered to the vessel. So therefore, right, therefore allowed to move the larger keli because they're buttered to the keli. It says, "Also levatel iser b'Shabbos ein l'chol tikun gadol mizem." I think this is a separate thing. You can't be mevatel on iser on Shabbos negating a primitive substance because there's no greater tikun. Avgam below is also levatel iser. And how this is anyway from your idea. Because your idea seem inside. That's come as yeshem mutar lo see levatel. There are cases where you're allowed to add and negate the prohibition, prohibited substance. Much kasab l'sham. Oh, yavish, kasab l'sham are where it's a dry mixture. Siman kuftes. But b'Shabbos also mitam misakim. Shabbos is also because of fixing. Ach b'yavish chab b'trei shetzorach lashlim echad. Which is sam sham. When you have dry mixed up and dry, 1 out of 2. I don't know why I said lahashlim. It says where you normally have to toss one out if it's Issa Vater. Mutter b'Shabbos. On Shabbos there is Kemen de Medina b'Lavachi mutter kam vor sham. It's mutter anyway. Yeah, so Yavish Chab betray Midadin is butter barov. Nevertheless, you have to toss one out. That's the halacha. You can toss one out on Shabbos as well. But since it's a chumrah, since Bittul really should wipe this off the face of the earth, you're allowed to do that on Shabbos, not to be significantly halachically significant to be continued to be a prohibited procedure because of Masakin Keli. Since it's mutter anyway, like it's specified there, also to measure, to estimate 60 on Shabbos for bittul, it is permissible. The Mishnah Berurah says that a treif knife, which requires a lot of scrubbing, not just rinsing, you shouldn't do it on Shabbos because it looks like you're fixing. Mishnah also says that when you estimate some things, size or what you need for it, you should only do that with your consciousness and with your sight. But to measure, no, because it looks like you're fixing. Okay, test. Klesav Rambam, the Parakov Gimel. Tinches. Also, like Bill Kalim made Shabbos, you're not allowed to toivo Kalim which are tummy on Shabbos. Your nation was coming starting because it's like you're fixing a vessel. I want on tummy, but a person's tummy, mutal is well, he can't go to the mikvah. If you're going to make us, looks like he's just cooling himself down. Veimazi love Shabbos, you can't sprinkle paraduma ashes on something on Shabbos. Hamabil Kalim will show you something. This toivo Kalim on Shabbos, Vishayki Ishtamish Ram, inadvertently you can use them, amazingly Ishtamish Ram, Amazing. You should not use them ad motzoi Shabbos until after Shabbos. Mutzah at Bilas Hamayim at many Shabbos. You're allowed to dunk tummy water into Torah water on Shabbos. Kesad, yeah, so how do you do that? No, same cliche in Makabal Tuma. You put the tummy water in a vessel which is not Makabal Tuma. Gon clear volumes such as stoneware, not stoneware. Stoneware. Mapil came by mikvah and you travel the vessels in the mikvah. Actually, mikvah taru until the water flows up over them and they're tar. End quote from the Rambam. The reason why you can't play with kelim is because of Masakin Keli. Pegdam Yontif di Yuzai, because of time Shema Yusha agrees to what's in Yontif. But elsewhere he says that's the reason because you might leave your Keli tummy until Yontif. We want to discourage you in doing that. Skip a line. No. Bates have a Plutam Rebes and Bates is Machlis somebody. Bibi Amar, Shemi Shara, Bibi is afraid maybe you're going to tarry. But my Neshir comes on kill Rubber says because it looks like you're fixing a vessel. Lampas have Shabbos Kurab, or I by Shabbos Pass like Rubber. That it's Menir comes on kill and Osram beyond the Kurab Bibi. That's Mutter. Vol beyond the Mechalek, Ben Nitma Bavatuma, Ben Vladatuma. You have to also make them because it was telling me that Avatuma, the rights of Vladatuma, which is understood being the Rabbanan. The Vladatuma Madpilim Beyontif, Kisa B'Rice Sham. In Vladatuma, you can do 12 on Yontif, but not by a Avatuma. The Lama Luchi B'Shabbos, so I didn't draw a distinction from Shabbos. Lastly, the Misakin have begun with Vladatuma. Maybe also you're fixing also with when it takes something out being Vladatuma. Shema Yisher Lo Shayach B'Vladatuma. They might leave it lying around. He's not saying which we're concerned with Vladatuma. Well, the thing is that we're not concerned with the secondary tumah that you're going to leave it around. Because you mean to leave it around, me the rights it's Torah. Mashre b'yanta b'katayim of the Rabbi, but that which on yanta we say Rabbi, should the Bryce Messiah because the Bryce insists him. But Bryce and first yanta, Bryce play about yanta. I am sure. Shabbos because of Tal Masakin Keli, but Shabbos wrote the reason Masakin Keli. Should the Bar Beit Vahim with Shabbos also Masakin. Many things in Shabbos also because of fixing. Come to Yechil, nevertheless it's unclear. It's now unfortunately and he's not clear why the unfortunately don't speak about this seeming discrepancy between the Rambam where he says it's Masakin Keli and the Rambam says where he's Shema Yasha Kli Be'er Tum Oso. Maybe leave it around.